Quran at a certain level as a water coming to the people that's thirsty so then they can just drink. Thirst of what? Not thirst of water, but thirst of life, of light, thirst of righteousness, thirst of divinity, thirst of getting to the straight path. So it was an opportunity, a final opportunity for those people to get to the right thing and to do it. But we can consider the Quran too, a water that came to a time of fire, to stop the fire, because the water, when you put the water in the fire, it's definitely gonna stop it. But we can consider the Quran too that came to a time of dirt, because there's a lot of dirt on earth, so it can come and just clean the dirt. Noticing that before the Quran was come, it was a crazy life out there, a life of people fighting each other, a life of people raping women, a life of people killing their own daughters when they have it, because having a daughter was considered as a shame, a life of not considering women at all, a life of when I'm stronger than you, I'm just going over and taking whatever I want, a life of slavering people, a life of downgrading people, a life of sinning deeply, a life of worshipping status. That's exactly at that moment when the Quran came to lift up the human being and open the veil, or take the veil out of his eyes and show him the true light and the true Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to worship and to consider his fellow brothers as brothers. So brothers and sisters, following the teaching about the Quran, and as an enigma or as a message, we came up to the time when we are under Ramadan right now, and the Ramadan is considered for the Muslim people as the month where they have to fast a couple days of 29 days or 30 days, a month of purity, a month of forgiveness, a month of love, of sharing, of faith, of praying, a month of going back to the Creator. And during that Ramadan, we have a special night named Laylatul Qadr. And then the Prophet, that's the night that he received the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala about the Quran. Noticing for that special night, then the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to think about the elders that passed before us, the people that passed before his generation, before his people. Noticing those people, they used to live longer than this final human being that we have coming up to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They used to live hundreds of years or tens and tens and tens of years. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them that opportunity, knowing that if you have a long time living and then you have a long time worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the best way, it's not comparable to the person that have a short time living and a short time worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the reason why the Prophet was really thinking about that situation. Reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted it to just bless him and gave him and his people an opportunity to do better or to do the same as the other people that were here before. That's why he gave him the night of Laylatul Qadr, which he mentioned ahayrul min alfi shahri tanazzaru malaikatu, and telling him, if for that night you guys worship me in the way that I accept the worship, is gonna be equal 80 years of worshiping me. So imagine somebody that have an opportunity to do the Laylatul Qadr over years and years and years, over 60 years, and every time that you do it, it's a blessing moment that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept 80 years from there. So this is the gift that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam for us coming up for the Laylatul Qadr. So brothers and sisters, the Quran today is considered as a marvelous event that came on earth. It's considered as an exceptional situation, an exceptional book that came on earth, an exceptional book that cannot be held by a mountain or a tree or anything that we see that looks like stronger than a human being, but an exceptional book or an exceptional message that can only be held by a heart of the human being. We can just have an occasion to notice that in that book is amazing how things come through. When you go through science, when they explain to you embryology, is amazing. When they explain to you DNA, is amazing. When they explain to you how space is made, how the planets work, how the stars work, how the world is going around, all that stuff is amazing. But the most amazing part is that all those stuff that you touch at the end of the day is send you back to the Quran. It's like anything you touch thinking that you discover something, when you get back to the Quran, you see that this was already there. And the very exceptional part is that this message was given to us, to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, 1400 years ago, from a man that don't know how to read and a man that don't know how to write. So come up to this generation on the 21st century, where we have all the machines that we want, where we have people that's going to the moon, when we have smartphones, we just start discovering with all those apparatus, all those machines that we have, we just start discovering that these are things that's happening, that this is how embryology works, that this is how planets work, that this is how the sun works. And all that stuff was given way before 1400 years ago from a man that don't know how to read and how to write. How exceptional that can be. This can only come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why it's an amazing book. Came up to when you quoting this, that everything that you read, when you read the Quran, when you used to read the Quran and start understanding, life become a deja vu for you, because everything you're gonna see after, it's like you saw it already in the Quran. That's how life is gonna be for you. Brothers and sisters, the Quran gives us the good way to follow. The Quran tells us the stories of the prophets and the stories of the people that were here before. The Quran is carried by all generation. It fits all mankind and it fits all generation, because that's the message that was sent to every mankind. The Quran is good for the jinns and the Quran is good for the human beings. Notice, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونِ. He has created it, the jinns and the human being, for the sake of worshipping him. So the Quran is at the same time good for the jinns, that mean the spirits that don't have a body, but it's at the same time good for the human being. The Quran is good for your heart and the Quran is good for your mind. Only the Quran can fix a heart. Only the Quran can fix a heart. The Quran fixes all the disease, but the worst of disease is a heart that don't have a faith. And at that, only the Quran can remain. The Quran fixes even the corporal disease through his Rahman. The Quran fixes it. The Quran is a message for the precious. The Quran is a message for the kings. The Quran is a message for the chiefs. Everything is in it. Every generation find themselves in it. Every position, every social level, from the chief to the lowest level, to the beggar, every single person find their parts in the Quran. The Quran don't let nothing go. It talks about everything. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Brothers and sisters, to come up to the final of these words that I was sharing with my fellow brothers, coming to an ending or a message about the Quran itself, is saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya ayyuhal lazina amanu. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking to the people that think. So, which means, wherever you are somebody that's thinking, the Quran is a message to you. But to those who don't think, the Quran is going to come out to an enigma. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought everything through the Quran. but he didn't say everything. He brought everything is in the Quran. But some of the stuff, you the one that's supposed to go get it. Some of the stuff. He's not gonna tell you everything, but he's gonna bring everything inside. But some of the stuff you're gonna have to step up and go get it. That's when you need a guide. That's when you need somebody, a spiritual guide, to take you through all those stuff that you don't really know. Because today, let's notice, it's a lot of strong words, or it's a lot of things that we see in the Quran. When you go Surah Al-Baqarah, Alif Lam Mim, first of all, you don't know. But what we just end up saying is Allahu Ahlam, only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala know. No, we're supposed to know. But to know those, we need to go to a wasir. We need to go to a height. We need to go to somebody, a spiritual guide that's gonna do us tarbiyah and take us through that. This is the reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Musa alayhi salam to go work for Al-Hudar. Because Musa told that he had all the knowledge that he was supposed to have, and he swore in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he was the one that held all kind of knowledge on earth, and he was the number one. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him, stop saying that, because as soon as you step outside your village or where you're living, there's somebody else that have multiple more knowledge than you do. He has an al-hilmu ladunya, and then it's coming straight down from us, and he got way better knowledge than you do. Musa alayhi salam wanted it to know that kind of knowledge, because noticing that he wasn't the number one on earth, he was really shocked, and he wanted it to know. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him, you're not gonna come to me to know, you're gonna have to go to Musa to know, to Hudar to know. So he ended up going to Hudar. He didn't even succeed to the tarbiyah from Hudar. That means a lot of things he didn't know it from Hudar. So noticing the Quran too is the same way. If Allah don't give everything straight to his prophets that he loved more than anything, he's not gonna give everything to all mankind. Of course, in the Quran we have all the stuff that we need, but some of the stuff gonna be clear, and some of the stuff we're gonna have to go get it. We're gonna have to go think about it. So to my finest brothers and sisters, message or enigma. For those who think it's gonna be a message, for those who don't think it's gonna be an enigma, for those for who the Quran is an enigma, we definitely gonna have to go find a Sheikh al-Murabbi to decode, to open the code of that enigma so it can be a message to us. Thanks and blessing for all. Sheikh Ali Haidar Mbake, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him a long and blessed life in the name of Baram Daru al-Muhdi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.